Okay, and that's the last section of the decade knots. So we have all this here, all 5 decades. And if you go from the middle, here's the middle, line it up. We got the middle with our Father knots, and then I'm sorry. There we go. Lined up. Here's the middle. And then our Father, and then the decades, our Father, and more decades. So this is the bottom of the necklace. We're going to take this. One side should be longer than the other. It is. One side is definitely longer. We're going to take the shorter of the two, and it's going to be the bottom piece. So I'm holding the two bottom knots together. This is where we're going to join the necklace at the bottom. So the shorter one of the two, and this is the longer one, is on the top. Then I'm going to take my straw, and we're going to make basically an Our Father knot here that loops all the way around. So it needs to loop around both pieces. So just make sure it loops both. Kind of pinch it in while you're doing it. 3, 4, 5. Turn it around. Run that long one through. There we go. Pull it all the way through. Make sure you're not catching. Definitely catching something here. Don't catch anything inside that loop. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Take that straw all the way off. And we're going to keep that knot all lined up. And you're going to want to keep these 2 knots here lined up. So keep your hands on those. We're going to line these up while we're shortening this. Okay, bring that together. Just keep shortening it. Keep your knot together. Keep fixing that. There we go. Perfect. Just tighten that up. Make sure it's tight. Okay, so there we go. It lines up right at the bottom. Perfect. And then the shorter one of the two, we're going to cut that one off. So this is my shorter one. We're going to cut that off and then melt that little end. Little frayed end, melt that down, kind of push that in so it melts right into the knot. There we go. Perfect. So there's the top. It's all done. 5 decades. And then we have this bottom part. Now, it depends what you want to do here at the bottom. If you'd want to, we have lots of different kinds of crosses we could hook. There's large ones. We have smaller ones. There's so many that you can buy online. You could either hook one of these to the bottom, or you can make another, like a knotted cross like this. You could do either one at the bottom of this necklace. Just depends on your preference of what you want this to look like. I'm going to continue with a knotted cross on the bottom of this. And I'm going to, after this knot, we're going to make one Our Father knot. Let's get our straw. We're going to space it out a little bit. 5 knots. There we go. Bring the string through. There we go. Now I'm caught on my scissor. You got to keep your space clear of things because I've got all kinds of things hooking inside my rosary right now. I had a scissor caught. There we go. Okay. So again, we're going to keep this spaced a little bit apart from the knot here. Keep tightening your knot while you're adjusting it. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to tighten that up. There. Then we're going to make 3 Hail Marys at the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we're going to space that away from that first knot there. This is tightening and moving while we do it. There we go. tighten it. So that's the first of 3. Now these next 2 we're going to put right next to it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide that through. Push the straw down, bring it off. There we go. And then remember just to keep this, just like you do the decade knots, you keep this one real close while tightening. Tighten it there, pull it a little bit, and there we go. So second, one more. Hail Mary. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Take off the straw. Bring that back. Keep pulling through as you're adjusting the knot, keeping it directly next to the other knot. Perfect. There we go. Nice and tight. And then we're going to do one more Our Father knot, which is going to be spaced away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide that through. Push it down. Back through here. And again, it's going to be spaced apart, so just shorten while you're adjusting this knot. Keep adjusting. There we go. Okay, so here's the bottom from the necklace. Our Father knot, 3 Hail Marys, another Our Father. And then again, this is where you would, if you are going to use one of these, this is where I would suggest you then loop it through here. See if we can get this. Sometimes when you melt it, it makes a larger, makes a larger hole than the end is too bulbous from when I burnt it, so I can't fit it through that crucifix. So we could fix that. We could trim up the side, or we could just choose this. We're going to go through here. So this is if you're going to do a crucifix at the bottom, or a cross that's on a charm, you would put it through, and then you're going to bring it back up like this. And then you would use the long side of this, and you'd wrap another barrel knot here to keep this intact. Actually, let's just make it that way, and we can show you how it's done. So we're going to come across here, and again, this is going to loop across both strings. 5 loops across both strings. 4. You just have to hold it with your thumb on the straw just so you can make it across both strings. And you come through, slide it through here, through the straw, back down. There we go. And then come off the side. And so this is, we're going to adjust this knot. You kind of have to tighten it. And then we're going to need to, don't tighten it too far though, because you need to be able to shorten this piece here. You're going to need to pull it through and shorten it. Oh, I'm going to slide this knot a little bit. Slide that and then tighten it, and there you go. We're just going to cut the end off and then we'll burn it, and it's done. Perfect.